Good morning, traders. Here's Manny Cabrera, founder of MDC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for the end of the month of July. Unbelievable, July 30th, Friday, July 30th. Let's quickly jump to our news items for this morning. Let's see what we have on the docket. And as you can well see here, we do have Chicago PMI at 9:45, and we do have the revised UOM consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock. Two really key reports. Keep your eyes open for that one. Please stay out of the market. If you haven't set up any positions, try to stay out of the market at least 5 minutes before these news items. Let's quickly jump to our analysis as we begin with our 30,000 foot view on our daily chart. As we can see, the market another established of a new all-time high yesterday, the day before yesterday. So we find ourselves again. This is our Friday currently. We began our week obviously breaking above and holding the 20 SMA support, established several all-time highs, and we're in the middle of consolidating in this key area here. Remember, this is a pattern the market has had for years and years and years, particularly when it comes to all-time highs, especially coming off good rebounds. Eventually it runs and then eventually starts to move laterally, and that's what we have right here. You can see a lateral movement here, a little bit of lateral movement over here, a little bit of lateral movement over here. It's just a pattern that it goes through, and that's where we are right now. So we do have the all-time high as our key resistance area, and the 20 SMA is a very key support area. Now that could be anytime long-term, mid to long term, but depending on the volume, it can happen at any moment. So that's where we're going to be seeing our big test. Volume has decreased, although it's still at a good average, at a good clip at 1.1, and our ATR is flat right now at 44, which is interesting because you very rarely see a flat ATR. So that's just ending summer. Let's see what happens with the month of August. Let's see what happens with the month of August. We had a pretty active mid to end of month July. It was a pretty interesting month. Reference to movement. Here's another time frame behind the scenes here. Again, market is all-time high. Here we go, another all-time high set yesterday. Here's our key resistance area right around the price between 43.65 and 43.75, right around this area here. And of course, the all-time high here. This is our, you see, the same way I was telling you how the market is just moving laterally. You can see it very clearly here within these areas. Now, if you do a Fibonacci from the beginning of this run to the new all-time high, you can see we haven't even retraced 23%, just barely 23%. Not a very significant retracement overall. So that's a very interesting fact to keep in mind. So there is a lot of room for selling off and for potential corrections, and still the market can continue its torrid pace to the upside. So keep your eyes open for that one. Let's look at today's activity in more immediate context so we can see what we're looking to be doing today. Here's our intraday high, which also turns out to be another all-time record. Here's our intraday low, which was established early in the morning as we did the run. And then the rest of the afternoon, the market continued to kind of oscillate between this low, this high, and right back to the low. Clearly broke below it and pre-market very much strength. And here we find ourselves after the run. There's our support. There's our resistance. Very, very key movement in the market. Now, this market can potentially maintain its potential to move lower, okay? But it's being held up right now by this trend line here. This trend line here is going to decide quite a bit. If the market wants to move lower, we're probably looking at something like this, breaking clearly through, using it as resistance to potentially moving lower to here. And of course, any break below here is going to be a little bit of an acceleration to the downside. Now, the upside, that's obviously market holding here, retesting here, breaking above here, and potentially moving higher. Those are two scenarios for this morning. Keep your eyes open on the break below here for a potential run to the downside, and see what happens when it comes to retest this area. Listen, guys, have a great weekend. Let us know if you have any questions. Take care.